What's up, everyone? Tyler from Jump in Real Estate, and today we're chatting through how to choose a market. So, this is very relevant to me. Obviously, I live in the California Bay Area where prices are very high right now, and I decided to invest out of state in 2016. And I had to look at a number of metrics in different cities in this nation to figure out where to invest. And so I'm gonna list off a few reasons and metrics to look at when you're evaluating a city or a market to invest in. So, number one, first thing I would say is look at population growth. Is the population of that city growing or declining or staying flat? Generally, I'd say it's obviously best to have a city or invest in a city that's growing. More population means more renters if you're a buy and hold investor. So that's a big key component there is population growth. I would also say look at the metrics and data behind job growth, especially job growth with higher wages. So, for example, one city I invest in is Indianapolis. And one thing I noticed a few years ago was the big tech company out here in the Bay Area, Salesforce, decided to move a bunch of their workers out there and create kind of a secondary headquarters. Now, that created a somewhat of a nice little bump in the tech scene out there. Obviously, higher wages did move into the town, and that's kind of creating a domino effect. And so, higher wages, job growth in that area is a big positive. Just means that it's going to create some appreciation in the market as well as potentially raise rents. The other thing I would say is, well, actually, a really basic one is do the metrics and do the numbers work out, plain and simple. So, what I mean by that is, can you buy a property for X amount of dollars and rent it for Y amount of dollars and cover your mortgage through that rent plus cash flow? I mean, the basics are there in Indianapolis, for example, or the Midwest as an example. You can buy a property right now, today, cover your mortgage easily through the rents plus more. The other thing I would mention is make sure and do your research on educational institutions in that area. It's always good to be in a city or market that does have that young talent graduating from school close by because they're going to become part of the workforce in the near future. And if you have an intelligent workforce, it's going to probably create a thriving business atmosphere for that specific market. So those are a few things I look at when it comes to my markets. I'll actually a couple more here. Just understand the market, number one, and definitely do your research on it. But if there are cool coffee shops popping up, cool restaurants, cool bars, sporting events, concerts, etc., I think that's always a good sign as well because you look at the city and you want to be able to draw tenants and have people live there, which obviously contributes to population growth. But no one wants to live in a boring city. We all want to live in that thriving metropolis, and I think that's always a good sign if you can spot those little indicators. Again, entertainment, restaurants, amenities, always a good sign. So those are some metrics I look at, some of the stats I look at, some of the data I look at when it comes to picking a market. Best of luck.